Hey everybody, Ryan from Rhino Hockey Channel here for you. Alright, gonna go over the preview of the first round matchup between Pittsburgh and the New York Islanders. Alright, if you have not done so already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button for this video if you enjoy what you see. And other than that, let's get started with this NHL playoff first round matchup between Pittsburgh and the New York Islanders. Alright, this year Pittsburgh was 5-2-1 against the Islanders, and the Islanders were 3-4-1. So, and you can see a just a difference between the beginning of the season versus the end when they played a lot. So on the first matchup, the Islanders won 4-3. Second matchup, Islanders won 4-3 in shootout. The next matchup, Pittsburgh won 4-1. Then Pittsburgh won 3-2 in the following one and 4-3 in overtime in the following matchup. Then the Islanders won 2-0. And then Pittsburgh would finish out this series with a 6-3 win and a 2-1 win. So, not as many close games as the last series. A bit more of a distance in some of them, but there were still many one-goal games in these matchups. Alright, so this year head-to-head, Crosby and Letang were tied for a lead in points against the Islanders with 9 points each. Crosby with 3 goals, 6 assists. Letang 4 goals, 5 assists. Brian Russ, had 8 points. Gensel 7, and Malkin 6. Tristan Jarry was 5-1 against the Islanders. I think I would go with Jarry if he can play, because both their goalies are still technically injured. Alright, for the Islanders, Matthew Barzal, Nick Leddy, Justin Bailey. Wait, Justin? No, Jason Bailey. No, Bailey. We'll just go with Bailey. And Nelson all had 6 points each. Eberle had 4 points, and Ilya Sorokin was the better of the two goalies, going 1-for-1. Now he had the same amount of wins as Varlamov, but Varlamov was like 1-4-1. So I think the 1-1 goalie is better than 1-4-1. Alright, top scorers. Crosby had 62 points this year. Gensel 57. Letang had 45. Rust 42. And McCann 32. No one in that list was blowing you away with the goals. 3 of them were close. 22, 23, and 24. So, there you go. For the Islanders, Barzal had a down year in my opinion. I think we all can agree that we expected a bit more from him, considering what he'd done the last few years, but it still had a good year. Solid year, 45 points. Josh Bailey, that's his name. God, why did I forget his first name? 35 points. Brock Nelson and Jordan Eberle had 33 points each, and Nick Leddy rounded out the top 5 with 31 points. So, definitely an offensive difference there, as you can tell, because Barzal would have been tied for third best on Pittsburgh. And honestly, you look at that list, there's someone big from Pittsburgh that is missing, and that is Evgeny Malkin, who did not have a great year at all. Alright, so goaltending wise, this year, Jarry for Pittsburgh was 25-9-3, 2.75 goals against average, and 909 save percentage. Fairly average numbers. I mean, the win to loss difference is definitely very good, but 2.75 goals against and 909 save percentage is not the greatest out of all the starters in the league. DeSmith was 11-7, 2.54 goals against average with 912 save percentage. And then the last game of the year at Legacy started a game, had won the one game, and had a shutout in the game. So, there's that one game. Alright, Semyon Varlamov was 19-11-4 for the Islanders, 2.04 goals against average and 929 save percentage. Overall, yes, he had less wins than Jarry and more losses, but his numbers were far better. But he also has a better defensive team in front of him. And Sorokin was 13-6-3 with a 2.17 goals against average and 918 save percentage. Alright, injuries for Pittsburgh. Tristan Jarry, like I said, and Casey DeSmith are both out with upper and lower body injuries respectively. And Tristan Jarry is currently back to practicing, so I would assume if he is going to start, if he is available to play, he will start. Mike Matheson is week to week with an upper body injury. Evan Rodriguez day-to-day with lower body injury, and Brandon Tanev day-to-day with upper body injury. All three of them are practicing, so they may be available tomorrow. All right, for the Islanders, their only major injury is Anders Lee, which is a fairly major injury because he would be very effective for them in this series, I'd imagine. But he is out for the season with knee injury with no updates of late, so I would assume that means no playoffs. All right, last playoff appearances. Pittsburgh played last year in the play-in round, lost in 4 games to Montreal. Then the Islanders would end up losing in the conference finals last year in 6 games to the eventual Cup winner, Tampa Bay Lightning. Now, the dark horse I see for Pittsburgh is Jeff Carter. Yes, he does not score as much as he used to. Yes, he is not as fast as he used to. Yes, he is definitely an older player. And yes, he still has a year on his contract that Pittsburgh is going to have to pay a bit of money for. But you know what? He's won 2 Stanley Cups. He knows what it takes to get through this, as do a lot of Pittsburgh players. So you can't ever say they're down and out because you know what? They've been there before. And Jeff Carter, I would say, is going to have a fairly good playoff for this team, especially if they go deep. They will need him to be good. Now, dark horse for me for the Islanders, though he did terrible having 4 points in 10 or 12 odd some games for the Islanders, and they lost the majority of those games. Kyle Palmieri, I would say he hopefully can figure it out because they need his offense because they are not a great offensive team, and he is not a great defensive player. So they need him to provide the offense. So hopefully he can do that. I wouldn't mind because former Duck, I'd love to see a former Duck do well. So there you go. That's who I think is dark horse for the 2 teams. Alright, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and make sure to comment and share, and keep an eye out for my video tomorrow or later today, depends on when this video comes out, of how the games went for today, or for Sunday. Alright, I'll see you all next video. Bye, everybody.